This episode is brought to you by La Quinta by Wyndham. Your work can take you all over the place, like Texas. You've never been, but it's going to be great because you're staying at La Quinta by Wyndham. Their free Bright Side breakfast will give you energy for the day ahead. And after, you can unwind using their free high-speed Wi-Fi. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book your stay today at lq.com.
Your brain needs support, and new Ollie Brainy Chews are a delightful way to take care of your cognitive health. Made with scientifically backed ingredients like Thai ginger, L-theanine, and caffeine, Brainy Chews support healthy brain function and help you find your focus, stay chill, or get energized. Be kind to your mind and get these nootropic chews at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, I wanted to explain racism, because there are some people in this world where they don't fully understand it, and I feel like it's two different types of people that don't fully understand it. There's the type of people where they don't, well, I mean, like, they do see race, but at the same time, it ain't like the main thing that they think of if they're coming across somebody and stuff. So, like, let's say, for an example, they come across a black person. They're not looking at them as a black person. They just looking at them as a person. So you got those type of people where it's like, they're just like, they understand racism, but at the same time, it's like, they don't just be looking at people and be thinking stereotypes like, oh, this black person probably be eating a lot of watermelon, eating a lot of chicken, drinking grape soda, Kool-Aid, and all that. Well, we do, but it's something where it's like, I like how I named off a bunch of stereotypes, and I'm all like, fam, you put some good chicken in front of me, you put some grape soda or Kool-Aid, strawberry preferably. Watermelon, I ain't really a fan of watermelon, but I think if I'm hungry enough, bro, I'll eat some watermelon and things. But it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, that does sound pretty good right about now. All right, but anyways, I ain't trying to add on to the stereotype, but nah, jokes aside though, like, you have people that are like that where it's like they don't really see race in a way, you know, like they do, but at the same time, it's not like it's the main thing that's running through their mind. Then you got some people out there where it's like, they're like a closeted racist. Like, they haven't came out of the racist closet just yet, but you can tell, like, there are signs. There's, like, ways that you could just look at that person and be like, yep, they're racist. And, it's just, there's some people where it's just so many different conversations when it comes down to racism. Like, I remember where there was a Twitch streamer where let's just say a Twitch streamer tried saying that black people can't be racist, and then it was that racist YouTuber that I dealt with, Minnesota boy. He said the same thing, and I'm like, fam, you have to understand that racism, I think I did an episode titled that called Racism is Racism. But no, it don't matter, like, where it's coming from. You're attacking somebody over the color of their skin, that's just flat out racism. It don't matter whether you black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Indian, it don't matter, bro. If you're looking at somebody's color and judging them based off of their skin color, you're a racist. You are a flat out racist. Point blank, period. So, it's something where I'm like, and even if it's on some stuff, because I know people have came to my videos, and it's just one of those comments where it was like, fam, your education must be at an all-time low. Like, you might be smart where some of it may matter, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, you're not using it for like all aspects of your life. I feel like that's like one of the main reasons why kids go to school is so you, like, overall, so you can learn, but I do feel that it's because, like, when you're, like, math class, for an example, you ain't supposed to just use math for math. Like, you're supposed to use it for, like, all life, you know? So, like, it's funny, though, like, how math, it'll teach you some things where it's like, dang, like, I could carry this on with my, like, day-to-day life and things, you know? Like, I remember when, working at my last job, and, when they had it where we would count out the register and stuff. And, I was thinking back on, like, some math stuff that I learned in middle school and high school where I was all like, I am so glad I went to math class when I was in school and stuff. reading, writing, I'm trying to think, PE and stuff. Like, you'll learn some things where you can, like, carry that with you. It ain't like, oh, you're just supposed to get an education, get a diploma, or, you know, GED, I guess, if you don't really go to school that much. But, yeah, you're just supposed to just do that and then go on about your business. Like, you don't carry nothing. But, like, no, you could just tell, like, there are people where it's like, they don't learn, like, they learn stuff, but at the same time, they don't really be learning nothing, you know. And I remember when, in elementary, because I was really into Martin Luther King when I was in elementary and stuff. Like, I was reading books, I was reading articles, I was watching documentaries, like, that was one thing, like, I can say, is that I had a Martin Luther King addiction. Like, y'all would have saw me when I was in elementary, like, from probably 5 to maybe 9, like 5 or 6 to the age of 9. Like, I was just really into Martin Luther King, and I think it did slow down when maybe I moved, and so it was like maybe when I was like 10, think about like 10 or 11 years old and stuff. But no, it even like teachers took notice of it and stuff. And I remember they had us watch like a Martin Luther, because of me, they had us watch like a Martin Luther King documentary in class. And yeah, it was something where I'm like, bruh, like, I'm the reason why we're all watching the video right now. I'm like, cause you know how like kids are when they get to sit down and watch a video, they don't care what it is. Like, some kids be invested, and then you got those ones where it's like, I know for me in my later years in high school, I was taking naps, bro. I was like, nah, I could read about this on Google or something, but I'm like, for now, I'm taking a nap. So, but anyways, I learned about racism at a very young age. I understood it. I can see like when somebody was treating me differently because of the color of my skin. So I had learned that at a young age. So if people are trying to sit down and explain to me what racism is, I'm like, fam, I guarantee and I promise you, the stuff that I'm going to be talking about in this episode is stuff that you can look up and be like, oh, so that's why I'm saying, like, I wasn't just like overall like looking at like reading books about racism and freaking watching videos and reading articles and all this stuff. I wasn't just reading that and watching stuff and not learning nothing. I was learning something from it. So yeah, that's why I'm like, you know, one bit of advice that I can give to people is that you cannot fight racism with racism. That never works out, because then, yeah, people, if you're expecting people to take your side, because that's one thing where I'm like, the times where I've been involved in racist moments, like for an example, I remember, I've told this story before, but anyways, no, when I was 11, it was last day of school. Me and my friends was getting ready to go up to this old elementary school and have this like big old giant water balloon fight. So we were like calling text. Well, I couldn't call and text no friends because I had a Virgin Mobile flip phone and my 20 minutes was up. So anyways, so yeah, my friends, they did call up. A bunch of other friends said like, hey, meet us up at this old elementary school in like this big old giant field. And, yeah, we're going to have a big old giant water balloon fight. So anyways, fast forward, we getting ready to go up to the school. I remember my friend at the time and his cousin, they were having an argument of some reason and stuff. So anyways, there was this neighbor, walked past their house, cool with the neighbor. They also had like this dog that was in the front yard, just kind of like sitting there chilling and stuff. And that was the thing, like, I never had got like the dog riled up, or I never got like the dog, you know, like getting all excited and going crazy and all that stuff. But there was like this electric fence that the dog couldn't really get out of. I never invaded those people's yard. I never did anything crazy to their dog. If anything, I walked past, the dog would walk up to me because it would recognize me and stuff. I'll give it a couple of head paps, going about my business. That's it. That's as far as it went. And there was even times where the neighbors would be out there, seeing me, recognize me, and was all like, oh, hey, neighbor. And then I'm like, oh, hey, neighbor. And then go on about petting their dog, going about my business. So I was cool with those people. I was cool with their family dog, right? So anyways, dogs, and if you guys are like longtime listeners of my podcast, you already know where I'm going with this story. You most likely have already heard this story before. But so anyways, I'm just telling this story for the ones that are new to my podcast. So my hand was getting ready to connect with this dog's head. I am like literally inches away from petting this dog. In the distance, I hear, "You better not touch that dog, you N-word." Now, question. Is that racist? Is they gonna, because I know people are gonna be thinking like, well, she didn't want you touching the dog. Wasn't her dog. She didn't even own that house. I don't even know if she even had talked with those neighbors. So my thing is this. Besides the dog stuff, but that last part of the sentence, is that racist? white woman calling a black kid the N-word. That kind of sounds a little racist. I'm saying you could read some history books. No, my thing is this. Read about, I think, was it the Watts? No, I don't think it was the Watts riot. But I do remember where it's like, I can't remember where exactly it took place, but there's like, I remember it was like some like thing that went down where black people were getting like water hoses turned on them, dogs getting turned on them and all that stuff. And I imagine you probably hear not here, but probably read about it, where some of those cops and them white people involved were calling black people the N-word. Excuse me. If not that, look up some of the stuff that Martin Luther King went through. Look up some of the stuff that Malcolm X went through. Just all those like prolific, is that a word? I feel like that's not a word. Historic, okay, yeah, there. I'm gonna go with that word because I was like, I don't know why I said prolific. I got prolific. Wait, what? Definition? Offspring, young fruit, but highly fruitful and abundant. I guess, I don't know. But anyways, historic leaders. Look up some historic leaders. Look up some black historic leaders that were going through stuff throughout the 50s. I mean, not even the 50s. I mean, I feel like from the like time frame of when Martin Luther King died and beforehand, and probably even somewhat after, you will see a lot of racism going on. And I feel like there's a lot of people that ain't gonna want to do that. They ain't gonna want to look that up because their brain can't take that. But I'm like, fam, I can't say that I grew up into it, but I feel like the very tail end of it. You know, like I'm going through that right now. Then I'm going through this new age of racism where it's like a lot of the people want to be racist online. You know, but I'm like, what people say online ain't no different than what people were saying back then in the day. Like, yeah, obviously you can't chase down black people, tie them up to the back of trucks, and drag their bodies down the street like some people were doing back then. And that is an actual real life story. Like, no, they made a movie about it. I don't know if it was this movie. Because I remember there was the one movie called Mississippi Burning. I can't think of the name of the other movie, but I think Mississippi Burning was when they killed these three people. And I think like one was black, one was, I think, Jewish, I believe. Mississippi Burning. But, yeah, that's a completely different movie and stuff. But, yeah, one was black, and then the other, I think the one was Jewish or Italian, but they were, like, all, like, colored people and stuff. Like, they, people of color and things. But, anyways, there was that situation where they just pretty much just got ambushed, killed, and I think they buried them or burnt them. They did something to their bodies, but yeah, there was like 3 people that was just killed for the color of their skin. And I'm like, and then you even fast forward now where it's like you still got people going through stuff over the color of their skin. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm all like, when they be sitting down trying to explain what racism is to me, and I'm like, fam, I've already had a head. I feel like they just probably looked up some stuff that can fall in the favor of what they're saying. But I'm like, fam, I have read about this. I have watched movies about this. You cannot explain racism to me. I know about racism, bro. So it just thinking of the times when people were coming to my channel and they would be all like, oh, I'm gonna be racist to you because you upset a YouTuber that I'm a fan of. And I'm thinking to myself, so what, afterwards it's like you're no longer racist? So you're only racist when it counts, but any other day of the week you're not racist. Closeted racist. Like, that's what you are. You're a closeted racist. It's like you're showing signs, but you want it to be private. You don't want it to be a situation where everybody knows that you're a racist. But no, I think that there are some, especially, oh my God, especially with the internet, you will definitely see a lot of people being racist and saying a lot of different racist stuff. Even the times where I've told people some of the things that I've dealt with when it comes to being a content creator and dealing with racism. I remember I told a book writer that some time ago, and she put it in her book where it was a guy had commented underneath my video talking about he either said that I deserve to be hanged or I deserve a noose. It was one of the two, but yeah, you guys overall understand the message. And I'm like, and who was being hanged and getting nooses back years ago? Black people. So that's why I'm like, when they try to explain racism to me, so I'm like, so that's not racist, but anything else that goes on in the world, that's racist. I'm like, even having it where I remember one guy, and see, because there's this particular group that I had issues with where if not like the majority of them, all of them were racist. They are racist. They ain't no word. Like, they are still to this day racist. But no, I remember when the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor situation had happened. And I think it was like I remember it was when them riots were going on and stuff. And I remember there was this racist hater that was like, if you guys remember me talking about a Twitter stalker, then yeah, that guy. But no, he was a flat out racist and stuff. But anyways, because I'm like, if not, then prove me wrong and stuff. But anyways, he goes on. So I had made a tweet or a post saying, like, you know, because at that time being, he was like heavily talking about me and all that stuff. And I did say, I was like, you know, rather than sitting around talking about me, let's talk on something a little bit more important. Let's talk about this Breonna Taylor stuff that's going on right now. Let's talk about the George Floyd stuff that's going on right now. You know what his response is? I think I still have the screenshot. Hold on, let me find the screenshot so I can say word for word what he said, so people are not like, oh, well, you probably misinterpret what he said. There ain't no misinterpreting what he said. I know what he said. I was like, something like that, you don't just go and be all like, oh, well, I meant something else behind it and stuff. Let me see if I can find that screenshot. Hold on for a second.
At Evernorth Health Services, we believe costs shouldn't get in the way of life-changing care, and we're doing everything in our power to make it possible. Behavioral health solutions that also keep your projections at their best? It's possible. Pharmacy benefits that benefit your bottom line? It's possible. Complex specialty care that cares about your ROI? It's possible. Because we're already doing it. All while saving businesses billions. That's Wonder made possible. Learn more at evernorth.com/wonder.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Hold on. I'm almost about to find it. Just gotta go through a little bit more scrolling. I don't think I deleted it, but I probably then scrolled past it. Did I scroll past it? I believe I did. Okay, hold on for a second. I don't think I deleted it because I was like, something like that, I would. Oh, here we go. Okay, so anyways, he goes on to say the recent politics about George Floyd and Breonna Taylor on your account. Oh, no, wait, man. Okay, so I'm actually reading into the second tweet because he made multiple tweets and stuff. So he goes on to say, what did I think about this episode? It's basically a filler he spent on the first over half of this episode talking about how he first encountered me. Something he's already done in his last extra about me. So he's talking about my podcast and some episodes that I did about him at the time. Then he goes on to say the only thing he said was the whole, oh, I haven't seen you talk about your about the recent politics about George Floyd and Breonna Taylor on your account. Okay, he didn't actually say that, but I did basically summarize it. Also, I did talk about them before, just not Breonna Taylor, because I don't care about her situation. You couldn't be bothered to do more research, and you find this. Yeah, and those are his words. He does not care about her situation. A black woman that was just wrongfully killed in her apartment, let that be his friend. Let that be his family. Then he'll care. Then he'll start bringing up a bunch of different stuff. But, because it's Breonna Taylor, he doesn't need to care about her situation. I'm like, fam, that very well could be. And this is a person of color. That's the crazy thing about it. This is a person of color. He ain't black, but I think when I seen him, he looks like he could be maybe Asian or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, I can't tell. You know, it's like I had to say I'm one of those people where I'm like, yeah, I don't let race get in my way of if there's somebody, good for my life. I'm like, yeah, I don't care what your race is. I'm like, bro, you come up to me being purple. I'm like, all right, might call you, or no, actually, no, green. If you come up to me green, I'm like, yeah, I'll get you some purple shorts. I'm gonna start calling you the Incredible, whatever your name is and stuff. But yeah, it's just one of those things, jokes aside though, where it's like, fam, those, like, and then it's crazy, like, the person that started all of this drama, the person that started all of this, these are your fans talking like this. And then the crazy part about it is, like, he ain't gonna care because he got some racist stuff underneath his belt. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, when they be, especially when it be like people, they'll say something racist and then they try to explain what racism is to me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna have a racist person explain something racist to me. No, I'm like, there ain't no way possible. You're out here saying racist stuff and you're trying to explain it to me. I'm like, nah, bro, there ain't no way. So, but anyways, yeah, the thing is this: if you're bringing up a person's skin color in a negative way, and I'm like, my thing is this: I'm like, a person's race don't need to be brought up in any conversation. I guess for some conversations it may matter, but for conversations where it's just gonna be negative, it don't need to be brought up. So that's why I'm like, when they be trying to explain racism to me, and I'm like, for one, I'm not going to let a racist person explain racism to me. But if you're trying to defend somebody's racist actions, there ain't no defense for racism. That's one thing about racism, and I feel like I should have maybe said that in the beginning of the episode. There is no defense for any racist remarks, comments, actions whatsoever. None whatsoever. So I'm saying when they be sitting there trying to defend Trump for the racist stuff that he says and do, there ain't no defense for that. None whatsoever. I'm like, you got people that probably didn't even bat an eye at Hispanic people. All of a sudden, Trump announces that he's running for president and he don't want Hispanic people in this country no more. All of a sudden, it's like you got all these Hispanic people where it's like, I ain't even do nothing to nobody. Didn't a Walmart or a store of some sort get shot up? And I think it was a bunch of Hispanic people that were shot. But I'm thinking from that to the one, I think that was in New York, I believe. And yeah, guy walks into a grocery store and I'm like, that video still like haunts me till this day. I saw the video and I'm thinking to myself, like, this guy is holding a gun with KKK, N-word killer and all this other stuff going across the gun. And I'm thinking to myself, somebody is defending this guy. They're like, cheering for this guy for what he's doing. And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, that's not good. Like, no, the thing is this: if you are racist, you're gonna just have to flat out admit it. But there ain't no defense for it. And there's probably some people where they're all like, oh yeah, I'm a proud racist. It's like, I don't like people of color. I only like my race, blah, 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 and all this other extra stuff. And no, it's all like, if you go on and carry on like that, I'm telling you right now, nothing successful will happen in your life. None whatsoever. I told that to a guy where he joined my stream one day, started talking about like, oh, it's okay to turn somebody down over the color of their skin. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you have issues. And it's crazy. It's crazy that a lot of the people that would always try to argue with me about something racist, or they'll say something racist and then try to argue that it ain't racist, but it's usually people of color. And I'm like, and it came from this one particular audience. And I'm like, to me, that is just insane. I was like, yeah, that's people where I'm like, you haven't dealt with a whole lot of racism. I'm like, yeah, you're one of those individuals where you hide your face, you hide your appearance, you don't want nobody to know who you are, you don't put yourself out there enough to deal with racism. Meanwhile, me, on the other hand, yes, I have been looked at differently in stores. I've been looked at differently on the streets. I've been looked at differently in school, at my workplace. I'm saying it's one of those things, or even with the internet. Yeah, I was like, they even looked at differently. I'm like, no, people made it out as like I'm some sort of animal. I'm this, I'm that. I'm not just a regular old person. I'm like, no, I gotta be this, I gotta be that because of the color of my skin. And I'm like, yeah, people, I'm like, they be carrying on like that. I'm like, nah, I know for a fact ain't nothing successful gonna happen to you and stuff. So I'm like, enjoy your life while you can, but I'm telling you right now, ain't nothing successful is gonna happen to you and things. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. I feel like I could possibly do some more episodes based off of this and things, talking on racism and stuff, because I feel like I feel like this could have been like an introduction and stuff. So yeah, I might do a follow-up episode, or just kind of just talk on some more things. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.